talk about the Philadelphia Eagles with bros. Check us out on Twitter or Bros and Birds Pod, and also email us at Gmail. brosonbirdspod@gmail.com. Now get ready for the bros.
It's a sad day. It's a sad day. We're all back, but it's a very sad day. We got a lot to talk about. We're here. Bros on Birds. Not Bros on Broad or Broads on Birds.
Bros on Bros. We have a sign now. We have a sign.
We'll get to that in a second. But it's a very sad day. It started out as a good day, but it ended up really bad. We had a very bad showing from our football team. But hey, we're here. We're here. We're talking. We got everybody live. We got almost everybody. Reese's here. Sizzle's here. Jamal's here. Joe, I think he broke his computer last night, so he can't make it today. But yeah. We're here.
We're here.
We announced.
It doesn't feel good to be here today, but we're here, right? Because yesterday was a perfect example of like a yin to the yang. Yesterday's morning started off incredible. We'll get to how that tailgate went. Couldn't have been a better tailgate, and it ended in misery.
Well, you know Absolutely. Where we're at. In case you weren't sure where we're at, I just want to play something so everybody knows where we're at. Hold on, wait. I gotta. I did that wrong.
What are you playing here?
I gotta play so everybody knows where they're at today. Like what they tuned into, where they are.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is
yo. Welcome to Birds on Broad.
Birds on Broad. Bros on Broad.
Start over. Live, baby. Shit, we can't start over. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
We're at C6. Show C6.
So Bros on Broad, Birds on Broad. That's where we are. Paul, what's the name of the show? What's the name of the show?
Let me be clear. Bros on Birds. Five guys minus Joe today. Talking birds. For all the females, for all the pretty females out there, it's nothing against y'all. Just five dudes talking birds. Let's go.
Hold on, are you trying to imply that a woman can't be a bro?
Oh, damn. In this day and age, you're
it's
right.
2024,
so,
man.
Let me walk that back a little bit. What it is five guys talking birds. That's it. Let's not get too deep in it.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing,
Five
man.
dudes talking about birds.
But back to the original topic. Everybody, let's go. It was a kick in the you know what's, okay? Yesterday hurt, man. We had that game. We were 2-0. And then Kirk Cousins got the fountain of youth and just walked down the field.
You would almost say he Kirk walked.
With no pressure, no nothing. One of my keys to this game coming up was to find Huff, and I still haven't found him.
Oh no! We suck.
Still haven't found him. D-line is a problem. I'm sure we'll get into it later. But yesterday was really, really disappointing. We had it. We had a chokehold. A lot of the big teams lost this past weekend, and it would have been a nice going into a buzzsaw next week in New Orleans. It would have been a nice 2-0 start, but here we are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure everybody listening knows the final score was 22-21. 22-21. It came down to a final touchdown. What did we give them? 1 minute and 45 seconds. We hit a field goal to go up by 2? They hit a field goal, and then they had 1 minute and 40 seconds to drive down the field and score. And they did it in 90. No, what did they do it in? 1 minute and 10 seconds because we had 30-some seconds left on the clock to get the ball back.
Yeah.
And then, as we know, Jalen had a nice reception. He had a nice pass for a good 40-some yards. And then I'm going to say typical Jalen from the last year and a half or the last year. He forced the ball after just staring down his receiver, and he forced it into double coverage, and he overthrew his wide receiver, and it was intercepted. And I just want to point out right before he did it, I said, this dude's going to fucking force this ball into coverage, and it's going to be game over, and he did. Before we go even further, I'm just going to go through the team stats real quick. Total yards, Atlanta 385, Philly 365. Passing 233, Philly 179. 152, Philly 186. Average yards per play, 7 for Atlanta, 5 for us. We know the scores. No fumbles, 1 interception by us. We each allowed 1 sack. Third down efficiency, they were 22% on third down. We were 46%. We had the ball for 35 minutes and 39 seconds. They had it for 24 minutes. This is huge right here. Atlanta 3 penalties, Philadelphia 9.
Oh,
9. How many illegal men downfield could we have gotten last night? I think it was at least 4 of those penalties were illegal man downfield. Like, that's just preparation, right? Like, that's just like, you're not doing the little things. Stats, player stats. Jalen, 23 for 30, 183 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 reception. 183 yards does not cut it. You're supposed to be one of the main weapons on this team, or as I alluded to last week, I think he feels he needs to be known as one of the weapons on his team. 183 yards is enough.
No,
Saquon.
not at all.
Saquon, 22 carries, 95 yards, averaging 4.32, which I found that weird because I feel like every time I watched that dude run, he picked up 9 yards. It was
That's
like 9 yards consistently.
Consistently.
Last week and this week, right?
Yep.
Look, I hear you guys. I hear your guys' concerns. I hear your guys' concerns. But look at me. Look at my face. I sit here unafraid. Am I unafraid? And this might be a hot take, but
Is Tanner McKee's going to replace Jalen Hurts in a couple weeks?
Look. You guys saw what happened last year. Tanner McKee, get out of here. You guys saw what happened last year. We struggled and scratched and scraped through 6 games before finally taking the loss. And every week, everyone's like, it's all right. I feel like the players are doing that too. They were internalizing this, we can just win by playing this shitty football. It's week 2. This was the perfect week for a wake-up call. It's early enough where you can kind of correct some of the mistakes that you may be making. This will be the game that wakes them up. I mean, if not, we're fucked. This season's over, bro.
Hold on. I gotta. Man, this one. Again, I'm so positive about this team, and I love this team, but I felt these jerks in my soul when I was watching some of these plays where the defense was letting up.
What did you feel?
Go ahead.
I
Jerk chicken?
I didn't hear
Jerk
it.
Tailgate food coming back to bite you.
So here it is. Yeah. You know what? That's what I had. We had that gator too, man. That gator was delicious. By the way.
Delicious.
We're gonna get to that. Let's
All right.
talk about the shit show first.
Yeah, the shit show is
One thing. Sorry. One thing. We do have people in the chat for the This is the first time we've messed with this feature. So anybody that's in the chat, I will throw your comments up on the screen. We're learning how to do this tonight too, so bear with us.
It's going to be a shit show. But we will be a better show than what the Eagles put on last night. So we got that going for
hope
us.
so.
Not hard.
It's not that hard to go. I got a flag of football. No, but going back to last night's game, there was a lot of glimpses that should have shown up. Like, we got new coordinators. We got a youthful defense. Like, there's some things that should have been in play. We should have learned from our lessons of last year. And there was too many at week 2 that showed up from last year. Too many of the same things that we did not need to see show up. That to me is my concern. And I like the defense. Not for nothing. 22 points that they let up, right? Because we talked about it before in the preseason. If the Eagles don't let up more than, say, 30 points because of how bad this defense was last year, we should win most games.
Well, we said a lot the last couple of weeks. If the Eagles can score 30 points, they win.
Right, well, that still stands true today.
Yeah.
But we also watched last season where there was a lot of games that they just got by the skin of their teeth and then it all folded. Man, if they didn't get better right away, it did not feel good. There was a lot of bad things there on the defense and on the offense, specifically with Jalen Hurts. A lot of things didn't feel good from this game.
Respectfully to Mr. Jamal. Listen. One big difference. We do not have AJ Brown. This team is so different without AJ Brown.
They are.
I don't know what it is. And it seemed like he tried to force a lot of balls to Skinny Batman because AJ won there. But number 88 is just out there doing calisthenics.
I mean,
Get on the type and involved, please.
I'll give you my opinion on what the difference is. The difference is when AJ's there, he has 2 wide receivers he stares at versus just one.
That's a good take.
Jalen's
I mean,
play
he's
is scary, man.
There's one read Jalen. That's my new nickname for him. One read Jalen. He looks whatever way he thinks he's going to have to run. He looks that way. He sees who's there, and then if they're not there in 1-2, he runs. He never looks at the other side of the field. He never looks at the middle of the field. He just goes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure I saw the last play of the game where he threw the interception. Even to the side he was running to, he stared down skinny Batman, but Goddard came wide open on a much easier pass, and he didn't even look at him.
He didn't.
It's the problem.
I don't know if he's still butthurt because Goddard yelled at him on the bench last year. But listen, man, the coaches have to get involved here. And Jalen I think he leaves the pocket way too early.
Yeah,
Chris, this goes out to Chris. You're a big Jalen Hurts guy, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about his performance?
Hold on, let me stretch out here a little bit for this one. This one, it wasn't good, and I will defend Jalen all day long. But the hot take there that Mike had about the one read Jalen, I can't defend some of these things anymore.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel good. Like, can he bounce back? I'm going to give him I am going to be super positive in about 24 hours from now and be right back on my wagon. But right now, man, it don't feel good. Like if it looks like a pig, smells like a pig, like it's like
must be a
oink,
chicken.
oink.
but must be a pig, right? So like, man, Jalen, like you gotta. We talked about being a game manager. You didn't manage shit. Like,
No.
you know, when you got difficult, you ran. And like the big takeaway for Jalen was, oh, he's got his legs back. He can run fast again. Like that was my takeaway. It's like, oh, he still got his jets behind him. But like, you know, the Devontae Smith pass, that should have been a touchdown where like that ball should have been placed way more outside so Devontae could only make that catch. But it wasn't. Where he placed it, the defender can make a play on it. Like
You're talking about earlier. Yeah.
But there's little things like that where just like you're a top 5 quarterback. I don't expect you to make those. I expect you to make those plays. That's what I expect. And you didn't do those things. And it's just, those are the things that break me with him. He's our quarterback. I don't want to get rid of him not by any means. I mean, I think he can do it, but man, that don't make me feel
What would
good,
you grade him as for his play last night?
Yo, he got beat by Kirk Cousins.
Oh, he didn't get beat by Kirk Cousins. I mean, we gotta be fair there. The defense got beat by Kirk Cousins, right? What would you grade Jalen as?
So far this year.
No, I would say just last night.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
I'm giving him
7. I'm still like a 6.5 out of 10.
ABCD grade. I want like school grades, and I don't want like New Jersey schooling system where a 65 is a D. I want like if you're under a 70, it's an F.
I still give him a C+. All right, I'll still give him a C+. I don't give him anything above that. He's not failing, but it was just I expect him to be a B+, if not A, every game. That was C+ the best.
What about you two guys?
Go ahead, Jamal.
Man, he's muted. Come on, rookie.
But you got to have a soundbite for that when he's unmuted. You got to.
All right, I'll go.
Go ahead, Sizzle.
I'll go. I give him a B. Now, I know I kind of hammered him earlier, but other than that last drive, he was using his legs a lot more. Yes, I do think he's leaving the pocket too much. So I would give him a B. I don't know if I said that, but I think he is leaving the pocket way too early. I don't think he's seeing the whole field like he should. But that game, if we had a pie chart, is it Jalen? Is it the head coach with his decisions? Or is it the defensive line? And this pie chart, my pie chart, Sizzle's pie chart, I'm going head coach. I think this was a head coach failure.
Okay. I want to go.
Not kicking the field goal and all that.
I'm going to go there next. I see. I can get swayed into a C because I think in the first half he should have been a fuck. He was an F in my opinion. The first 3 drives, besides the one they took to the red zone where the coach I think fucked that up, and we'll talk about that. I think he looked horrible on 2 of those 3 drives. I can get swayed into a C because I think he had a better game in the second half, but I think he also got a little more hero-y in the second half. He was like, I'm just going to start running this ball, and I'm going to pick up yardage. And I still don't think he reads the field. I still think he makes horrible decisions. Can it be fixed? I don't know. I thought year 2, because I'm not counting year 1 where he came in, for Wentz's replacement. Like his first year as a starter, we saw these things, and I was like, he might be able to fix them, and it looked like he did the second year, the year they went to the Super Bowl. But then last year and this year, it's a continuation. And yeah, I'm just really, really, really low on him. I'm really low on him. I don't know if I'm at the point yet where I know I just said, I made a joke. I said I want Tanner McKee in 3 weeks. I really don't want that. I do think Jalen is better, but
it doesn't get more difficult for me than this. I think it was a good football game yesterday. Like, as in, it was a tight game. Like, it was good football, and we didn't win the game. Like, so the better team won, right? Like, that's how sports works. And we didn't win the game. Like, and I can't in my soul say that Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Jalen. But at the end of the day, you didn't get the job done, and that's your job, is to win the game. Like, that's your job.
Yo, real quick. I know I was doing my best Bryce Huff impersonation.
Oh yeah, you
just
still
not showing up. Like,
I'm wondering where that guy was.
I'm sorry. I was inspired by the fucking D line.
Man,
he's
got jokes. I love it.
I'm gonna give him a C+, and it makes me sad because I was just talking to people earlier, like sad fans like me, about how I got to get used to the fact that Jalen's an average quarterback, because I think he's actually just a C+ quarterback. I think that's what it is. Can't really read shit. Too much, or he doesn't run fast enough. Like, it seems like his decision making is just not where I wish it would be, and I don't know. That might be his ceiling. I don't know. It's looking like.
See, he'll ball out in another game. Like, I can't take. I gotta defend him. See, like, in my soul, like, I love. I mean,
C pluses can have A- games. They can even have A+ games, but that doesn't make them a fucking A.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm an A+, but I was like a D student.
This game don't feel good.
We got a name for the episode.
AI will figure it out for us.
I want to share this real quick. This is from a well-known sports reporter in Philadelphia. Let me know your thoughts. For those that aren't watching this on
Wow. Let's go over this.
Spotify, if you're just listening to this on this podcast, Elliott Shore-Parks put a report card out last night for the team. This was right after the game. He gave the quarterback a B, which, okay, we said C. I think, Paul, you said a B.
I said B, yeah.
I said C.
Coaching C, which, okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Here's the one I get stuck on. Offense, F. How are you giving the offense
how is quarterback
an F,
a B?
The quarterback got a B.
This is Fugazi.
Who played? Look, I think, and Senior pointed out in the chat that 2 of those downfields were on Juergens. So, okay, you're going to hit him for some negatives. Saquon played well, minus the drop, which we'll talk about in a minute. But besides that, he had a good game. Devonta looked good. I think he played a good game.
He played.
I don't even think he looked at Dotson, so I don't even I haven't watched an all 22, but I would like to, because I feel like he didn't even look at Dotson, and he barely looked at Goddard. So he looked at Britton Covey a lot, and I mean, I think Britton Covey did a lot for what he was asked to do.
Call Elliott Shore-Parks. Put him on the show. This is bullshit. Put him on the show. Like,
I listen to a lot of Elliott Shore-Parks, ESP, as they call him, and what I think he's doing here, I think this is going on the offensive coordinator, the way he called the game, if I'm guessing correctly, because Jalen, he did use more of his legs, which everybody's been calling for. Everybody said he lost a step. He couldn't get around the edge. You saw a little burst from him. I just think, I don't know.
So
I'm giving that F to Nick, because he makes the final decisions. Like, do I kick a field goal or whatever? I mean, and then offensive coordinator called that last play. which I don't think it was a bad play.
I
The
don't think it
ball
was
was
a bad
right
play.
there.
All
It
right,
was right there.
let's
But hold
talk
on.
about this.
So-
Go ahead, Chris.
Just between offense and quarterback, right? Just my last look at how much separation that wide receivers get on our defense. And this was the same story last year where our wide receivers didn't get any separation. And then when we had enough tape watching last year's season, it was the same plays over and over again where the routes were predictable. The guys, they weren't disciplined and not showing, they weren't giving away what's going to be called. So the defense could read us so easily. Is that happening all over again where to Elliott Schwartz-Park's, card here is like the quarterback did his job. Coaching was a C, which still doesn't make sense. Offense was an F, but like, are we giving away our plays again so we don't have any separation? Like, because look, that's a drastic difference. Look how much separation the wide receivers have against us versus we have against their teams. It's drastic.
Yeah, other teams' wide receivers seem like they're always wide open. Like
Wide open.
always wide open. Well, and I'll be fair, it's like 70%. There are some tough passes made by the other teams that play us, blah, blah, blah. But very often these receivers are in space. We are never in space. It's like everything's contested. I feel like that's on the quarterback, man.
Are they in space and Jalen just doesn't see it?
See, this is the thing. I think he waits too long and wants you to be like wide open instead of throwing you open.
Missing the
Now,
wide.
listen, I'm not a quarterback, so listen, I know Jalen's way better than me back in my intermediate school days.
Don't
back in the
don't
day,
talk to
but-
yourself like that. You're the best. Sizzle.
But listen,
Yo.
but listen.
You thought
I mean, listen. Ask about me. But I think he tries to throw. I think he wants people to be wide open instead of throwing people open, like throwing the ball
there's no
before
anticipation.
the guy gets
Yeah.
open.
There's no anticipation. He looks for them to be completely separated and open. Yes, I agree with
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that-
I think the word is it's a feel, right? It's a feel for the
you.
game.
The word is
And-
stupid. He's fucking stupid.
Was he like not trusting his timing? Like at
stupid
all?
is harsh.
He doesn't
He's
have
not
a-
a stupid quarterback.
He might not-
You all, I don't want to say you all, but everybody was like, man, Super Bowl, this guy's stoic. Listen to how quiet he is. He's just stoic and quiet.
That
And he
was me.
speaks when he needs to. He needs stoic and quiet. He's fucking dumb and he doesn't know what to say.
Yo, can I?
No,
yo,
take that back.
Wait. Hold on.
We're not
I
gonna do that.
got to defend Mike for a split second. And this is
Oh.
crazy. But did you hear that shit he
Yeah, I'm
said? That quote he gave, where he was
I
like,
think you said that week one.
Well,
no,
when he
he said it
proposed to
this
the
game
girl that
after
slept
he
with his
lost.
best friend.
Dude was like, everything feels the same, pains and joys, wins and losses, or some shit. Like,
Yeah, I
I don't
remember
know,
he
man.
said that. Yeah.
So you're saying
He's
he
just
quoted
making-
Rob Bass in DJ Easy Rock.
they were tearing him up on the
He's-
radio about it. It was a bad quote. Like, he just, I don't know, man. Those weird little
He said-
Yoda-isms, like,
Yoda-isms.
Like-
That's the word.
like it's too much right now. You got to be throwing for 350 and like 4 touchdowns and no interceptions to talk like that. Then it's cool. But you can't do that shit when you throw for 186. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, wait. So he threw for like that. What his exact numbers? I saw this when I was just talking to you guys in regards to this. He threw for 183. Ready for this?
Gross.
I was looking at Elliott Shore-Park's report card. The best is the comment right here. I don't know if you guys can read that on your screen. Jalen was 23 for 27s with 270 yards and 0 turnovers before that last drive. How does the offense get an F? When did he have 270 yards?
It didn't happen.
That's Joe's burner account. That's a troll account.
If
Wait,
I
is
combine,
that but no, if that's his rushing yards along
is
with
it?
his
Hold on,
passing
let's do
yards.
some math.
Because I do believe he had 89 rushing yards yesterday.
That's like a whack, like QB line, though. Like,
183 plus. He had 85
89,
yards.
I think. 5 yards.
Yeah, no, it was 85. They
He didn't win the
gave
game.
him 85. 268.
Okay.
268.
Okay, 270.
But I'm
like
going
he
to
threw-
I'm
he
going to
threw
say
the ball for
I'm going to say
183.
he had I'm going to say he had 20 yards passing on that first play of the 30-second drive, or the 10-second drive that should have been 30 seconds. But yeah, I mean, all right, I'll give the guy half a pass, and I'll take the L there. I was a D student.
Okay.
But
I respect that. I respect that.
C plus.
Yeah, I can't give the offense an F. I can't give the offense an F. I mean, overall, I think they played. I'm going to give
C.
both. Yeah, a C, and I'm going to give the quarterback a C. I'm going to give coaching a C. I'll take that. We'll talk about D. C. All right, I'm going to say something really controversial right now. I am not giving the defense an F.
Thank you. Me neither.
Nope.
Absolutely not doing that.
Here, I'm going to give the defense a C. And this is why I say that, because I want to talk about defense. Because up until, 5 minutes left in the game, we held them to 15 fucking points. Yeah, they drove down the field, but all they were doing were getting fucking field goals. 15 points. We just said it now. We've been saying for weeks, if the Eagles can score 30, they win. We're expecting teams to score 20 some points. We held them to 15.
So all you got, like, this team is built for the offense to carry them. Saquon dropped the ball. We can debate that all day long. It was on the defensive back to kind of pull it together. They're not built for this. We know that. That's an expectation already. Like, it would have been a miracle if they stopped it. Like,
we're shitting on the defense because that was the last thing in our memory.
Yep.
They were not. This was one of those things last year where they did a lot of bend but don't break. They would let up these gashes of plays, then they'd make a nice stance. Like, they would have a sack. They would do something in the red zone to prevent a touchdown. They did that all last year, right? Like, they did.
Well, that's a Fangio. That's a Fangio staple.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the father of the defense.
Mm-hmm. So F plus is
that's a staple.
That's
I would give the defense a C. The defensive line F. Yes.
There's no pressure. Like
that, I agree.
Not the defense as a whole, so that's why I would give them a C. Because they kept us in the game.
Yeah, I almost got to say that. Not that the secondary isn't kind of a problem. I mean, I think there are issues there. There was a lot of like missed tackles and shit like that. Slay totally blew his coverage on that last play.
And he owned it, though. He owned it.
Yeah, he totally owned it. The D line that's my biggest worry with the defense is the D line. There is no pressure, and like you guys said, who the fuck is where is Josh Huff? Who is he? And
hashtag bring Reddick back.
Well, I don't even know if I can say. Look, players need to make plays, so I'm not taking the responsibility off of Josh Huff. But
it might be right.
Coaches have to do something to get him motivated, to put him in the right position. I don't know. The coaches should be doing something to get him where he needs to be. In what's his name, New York, he didn't play every down. He kind of just came in and was a kind of a run stop kind of player. Do we need to do that? But then again, who do we put in place when he's not there? There's a lot of questions.
Well, shout out to Hugh Douglas because I was listening to him one day last week. I think they moved Huff to the opposite side than what he played last year when he had his record. So, are they really putting him in the right position? Is he butthurt because of that? And he's just rebelling? And Hugh Douglas knows the position very, very well. So he said playing on an opposite side means a difference. Maybe he's struggling with that. And Nick Fangio's like, look, you play where I play you and deal with it.
Yeah,
I can
respect that. Play where I play.
Nick Fangio seems to be kind of like you're going to earn your spot and you're going to play. I mean, we got Nakobe Dean taking White's spot, and he straight up said he earned the spot. And honestly, I think Nakobe Dean again played a decent game. He didn't look bad every time. He kind of seemed like he was there. At least we heard. I mean, not giving him the credit, but we heard Nolan Smith's name I think 2 or 3 times last night. So that's a positive.
Speaking of positives, I think we made the game unscathed, right? Injury wise.
Yes, there was no injuries.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That was a positive.
Avante Maddox went out one time. He got checked in the tent, but then he came right back out.
I mean, if I got to have a silver lining, no injuries in the NFL after how many injuries in the past 2 weeks, right? I mean, I know AJ Brown didn't.
Well, AJ Brown, that's a big one.
Yeah,
that's huge. But did he get hurt? I still am not sure. Did he get hurt in the game or did he get hurt?
He's practice.
It was practice.
In practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he will be missing for a few more weeks.
Yeah, he admitted that to ESPN, which is.
I don't think he's coming back until maybe after the bye week.
The bye.
Which we have an early bye week 5.
Week 5, yeah. That's not bad. I mean, that's not good, but it's not bad. But it's kind of scary how much that dude is seriously that important to this team. It's clear. It was clear as day.
Clear.
Like, I think I said it on, I don't know, one of our shows, or maybe it was a text message. I was like, that's our franchise player, not Jalen. It's fucking AJ Brown. AJ Brown makes Jalen look good.
I know, Chris. I know, Chris. I know. Speak about it. That's what we come here. We come here to vent and get it off our chest. How you feel about that, Chris?
Like, it's hard to defend today, right? After that, but like, if I take it back, it's like Jalen, he's our guy. He is our franchise player.
He is.
Fuck that. Like, AJ Brown's our franchise player. Like, he's good. I love AJ Brown. Not knocking him, but Jalen Hurts is our guy.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you know what I can say, man? Like, there is something about Jalen Hurts that makes me want to root for him. He's like the permanent underdog or something. Like, I always want to root for him. Well, there's always this weird hope. It's almost like a bad relationship where I just know he's going to be someone different the next game.
It's not. No. You said the wrong word. It's not like a bad relationship. It's like an abusive relationship.
Here we go.
But that's why we love the Eagles.
You're like, but I still love him.
That's why we love. That's why we love
Eagles.
Fix
him.
Like, he hurt me. He hurt me recently, so I'm saying all these mean things on the air.
Look,
but like, I don't mean it.
I've been drinking. This is where we need that girl from the interview. She needs to come in here and give her opinion about like Jalen
Hurts. Oh man, Nick Sirianni, come on, let's get on.
Let's switch to coaching.
Can I talk about the coach? Go ahead, Mike. Set it off
real quick. We're gonna talk about the coaching. Well, no, not real quick. This is gonna be a long discussion too. But first thing I want to state is we went through 3 months of Nick doesn't call plays. Nick don't do nothing. So my first point is, how are we going to shit on Nick and say it's his fault if we've been saying for the last 3 months that he don't do nothing and he don't call plays? But with that, I'm going to start it off with, he fucked up by not taking 3 points in the first quarter and doing the 4th and 3 and going for it. I get he was trying to create some momentum and get like, I think that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to jumpstart the offense and get some kind of momentum, getting like some hypeness in them. But take the 3 points, man. You got points. You only, my opinion, you only go for the 4th and shorts or the 4th and 3s when you need to, when you have to, like when the game's on the line or like you need to get some points. 3 points, it would have gave us the lead. Points early are what you want. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do some nonsense and be cute. Obviously, some analytical analysis that we have, supposedly I've heard on the radio all day that the Eagles have one of the best analytics departments in the fucking NFL, and other NFL teams have said that. I think they were wrong on this one. They should have took the 3 points, because I even texted all y'all, and I said those 3 drives in the very beginning where we stopped Atlanta and we took the ball and we only scored 3 points, was going to come back and bite us in the ass at the end of the game, and it did. But, and the last thing about Sirianni, because you guys can go all off. At the end of the game, I don't think that call was wrong. The opportunity was there. We ran that exact same play the drive before. It worked. We scored. He had him open. As much as I've been shitting on Jalen, that pass was perfect. It hit what's name in the hands, Saquon in the hands, and he just dropped it. And I'm not going to knock Saquon and say he fucking cost us the game or it's all his fault we lost the game. We should have never been in the situation that in 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock, we needed Saquon to catch a ball for us to win. There was ways for us to win way earlier in the game that we fucked up on, and that could have been a mixture of offense and coaching. But go ahead, take it away. So,
he is the CEO, correct? So, yeah, we joke around, what does Nick really do? Which, if you heard his press conference after the game, somebody tried to ask him, did you call that last play? And he's like, yeah, I know where you're going.
He got heated.
You're trying to stir something up. Yeah, Kellen Moore. He called the play. It was a good play, but he is the CEO, right? So he's involved with core values, penalties, discipline. That falls on the head coach. Getting your team ready to play. What was that one penalty that kept getting called on them? Illegal man downfield. Okay, like
that's the shit that I think he should be like that he's responsible for. I would assume like that's basics and culture and fucking
That's
Prep.
something he should be involved in, making sure all of that is all the checks and balances are there for that. Like last year, it was the wide receiver screen, illegal pick. It was always won a game almost. So I just wish that Nick Sirianni, I feel bad for the guy. I do. Because he doesn't really have a say. He doesn't pick his coordinators, even though he says he does. We all know how he is running this ship,
So
except for Vanjie, the defensive coordinator.
Well,
I think.
well, hold on. I got a question. So Sizzle, do you think Nick is a culture guy or a numbers guy?
Culture, because they do love him, but why wouldn't you?
1000%.
Why wouldn't you love him when you don't have to practice that much?
But
It is in the players' agreement, so they and he covers for him.
But if he's a culture guy, why don't they have the right implemented culture, those values, and implement it this many years in?
It's a great question.
Is he like just one of the boys that they love, or do they respect him and they're going to follow his lead?
I think the team respects him. I don't know if Jalen does because of all the riffraff that we've heard. And if he's the leader of the train, I don't really know if the leader of the train doesn't respect you. I also heard that he was the one that started the talk in the locker room at the end of the game. And Nick was like, well, Jalen kind of already took it over, so I kind of didn't say nothing. That was a tough loss for the coach not to say nothing. Jalen was like, look, let's, I like Jalen's leadership. It looks like he's taken more responsibility other than the Yoda quotes and all of that. I think he is doing a good job of putting more onus on himself. But as you asked me, Chris, the culture, the team seems to love him, but I'm not in the locker room, so I can't.
What?
I'm just looking from afar.
Kids love the parent that don't punish you, right? Like they're like, oh, they're cool parents. They let me drink.
Who
They
said
let me
that?
Yeah,
Chris said that.
Yeah, like they love that shit, right? Because like they don't have to hold me accountable. He's
Who
the
you telling?
common denominator in this shit. Like because you made a light bulb go off for me when you mentioned the penalties, right? The undisciplined. Like I just saw a report from Jeff McLean today that Jalen Carter missed a team assignment this week, so that's why he didn't play the first snap. Just the first set of downs, and that's it.
I think it was the first series he was.
Yeah, he missed the whole first series.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Nick's a common denominator in this, and like I get it. He's a culture guy, crying on the sidelines. People love him, but you got to have a winning culture, and we're getting to a point now where this isn't going in the right direction here.
It's not.
That's a lot about those core values, right? Staying disciplined in there, and there's a lot of hope, and there's not a plan going on. So there's a lot of hope going on. We hope they're going to fix it. I don't see a plan in the right direction. What's that? How many coordinators in how many years?
Three and three. This is third. This is third in the last three.
Three. Is it three or four?
Three.
Okay.
3 for 3. That ain't a plan. That's a hope. Like I'm not seeing it. So I'm not ready to bail yet, but there's a lot of smoke here. There's a fire brewing.
To go with Sizzle, is it that I agree. I do think some of the players buy into Nick, and I don't think that Jalen does. And with that, I'm speculating again.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of players that buy into Nick but don't buy into Jalen.
That could be.
And
true.
I think a lot of that was exposed when he talked about Jason Kelsey 2 weeks ago. Like, you going to tell me that whole locker room had a problem with Jason Kelsey? They love that dude. And well, no, I'm going into speculation and listen to what's name.
Okay.
We saw there was a complete divide between AJ and Devontae, those two, and Jalen last year. Like, they were buddy all year, and then all of a sudden they didn't sit together no more. It was like they were like, yo, you didn't wear pink. It's Wednesday. Dickhead, sit over there. I got a girl. So like you saw that was going on, and I think you literally have an AJ Brown and his people, and a Jalen Hurts and his people.
I can see
and I
that.
think AJ Brown and his people buy into Nick, And I think Jalen Hurts and his people, who I don't think is many, buy into Jalen. And I'm going to speculate more because at our tailgate yesterday, I don't know if anybody saw this. C6 shouted out, powered by Broad and Wolf. Massive tailgate yesterday. Jason Kelsey came through, rocked out with us, threw out some beers, but he was interviewed. And somebody asked him about players. And I got to find the interview. It was one of our guys.
Did he mention Jalen?
No. Well, he did. He did.
Oh, he did?
But he started naming players that he was lucky to have worked with, great players. And he talked about all his linemen that he worked with. He talked about Peters. He talked about even some of the kids he works with now. And he was like, and then I got to work with great quarterbacks like Michael Vick, like Nick Foles. And then he went, oh yeah, and Jalen too.
No.
Like, I'm telling you. Like,
Wow.
I kind of think this dude might be an asshole.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
This is all speculation. All speculation. But to piggyback off of the Sirianni thing, the difference between him and Doug Peterson is Nick said yes. Hire my coordinators. Doug said no, and he left. Mm-hmm. That's the only difference. We all think he's a lame duck coach. We all think
absolutely
that Kellen Moore is probably the next in line. We don't know. I think Fangio's too old. I don't really think he wants to be a head coach anymore. It's just a tough situation, man. It really, really is for Nick.
Yeah.
All right.
But
go ahead.
He's the CEO. Like, I don't know. I still put it on him, though, right? He's the coach.
I mean, I agree. In all, like I don't disagree with the position that Nick has. Like, I mean, a lot of us work in business here where we deal with this kind of shit. You have a manager, and that manager has people underneath of them that are responsible for things. Even though the manager isn't necessarily doing what those people do, he's still overall responsible for everything. So if one of those pieces breaks, he's the first person that gets looked at. And I agree that's how it should be. And shit broke apart last night defensively and offensively at the end. So we got to say it's, hey, Nick, you're on the line here. And he knows he's on the line for that. And I think that's why he came out last night. He took blame. He didn't fucking like, he could have easily been like, yo, I don't call fucking plays. Kellen Moore does. Assholes, you've been saying that for 3 months.
And I like the fact that he stood up for himself and said, like, you guys know who calls the plays. Like, I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going there with you.
Yeah. So I feel like the dude's in a really shitty spot. I kind of feel bad for him because he's in a lose-lose situation. This is the last thing I want to say, and then you guys can wrap up on the game. Like, and why I say he's in a lose-lose situation. When C.D. Gardner-Johnson made that stop and he went fucking nuts and ripped his helmet off and went crazy, everybody in that stadium went nuts at the exact same time too. And now the head coach is getting called out because he ran down the field to celebrate with his player. Like, if we would have won that game, people would have fucking been posting that shit all over the internet saying, look at our coach and look at our fucking safety.
But as the CEO, you have to control yourself.
I agree.
That's where I was going to go with. Like, just because I'm cool with it in the moment, it doesn't make it right? Just because
and he's been talked to about that from the higher ups, from the reports in the media.
Yeah.
That's
after all the shit in Kansas City, when he started yelling at Kansas City, where are you guys now? That's when he.
But that's the thing. Like, he should have matured at this point. Like, the first couple times he's doing that, that's fine.
Would you say demure or demure, whatever the fuck word is?
I ain't saying that shit.
I'm not either.
I ain't saying that.
I know where you're going, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm out. So can we go to bros or bro and a bird?
Anybody got anything else to add?
Are we putting a bow on it? Jamal, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I feel like you guys covered most of it, but I will say this about Sirianni. I really liked his passion. He's entertaining on the sidelines. Seemed like he got this group of players to just exceed expectations a couple of years ago. And then things started to change and pieces started to shift, and it's like he just couldn't adjust. Defenses are smart. It's a copycat league. All the defenses figured out how to stop this unique offense that they were running. And there was just no bounce back. And I know he's not directly calling any of the plays. I know he didn't control who his coordinators were. At least we can, hint that maybe he didn't. But like y'all said, he's the captain. You know what I mean? You got the big hat on. So at the end of the day, this ends up falling on you. I think he might be in trouble.
I think so
Might
too.
be in trouble.
He peaked
And
in
since
high
you
school.
just wrapped that up, I'm gonna let you kick it off. Who was your shining bro on a bird?
Ooh,
It's gonna be
that's a
tough.
rough one. Went to Saquon if he didn't. Oops. I'm gonna give it. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Devontae. I'm gonna give it to Devontae. Down. He's kind of relegated to receiver number 2 because of Big AJ. He was out, and Smith he delivered. You know what I mean? I mean, what else can you ask for? Especially when he's not throwing to like enough people to make it confusing. He was catching what was thrown to him. Yeah, I like it.
Who need?
Ooh, that's wild. It's a wild question. You know, I'm gonna go with Bryce. I'm gonna go with Bryce Huff.
Who?
Bryce Huff.
Donkey.
Because we paid him a bunch of money to do things, and he's not. He can't set the edge. He can't get the quarterback. He sucks, but I do believe it's pretty obvious why he only played those little bit of plays when he was in New York. They're probably gonna have to think about doing that, just putting him in on strictly pass rush
Situational.
plays.
Yeah.
It sucks, but we kind of got beat on that one.
One thing I want to add to that is I am in the firm camp that believes that even if we still had JJ Redick, he wouldn't be playing here because he wanted money and we weren't going to give it to him.
I'll give you that.
He wouldn't be playing right now if he was still on this side. We'd have the same issue New York's having. But all right, Chris, since you're down in my left corner.
All right, so my bro on the bird, I'm going to go with Jamal there. It's going to be Devonta Smith. And just, I feel like there's a soundbite coming. I don't even want to talk right now.
You're good.
Oh yeah.
I'm typing.
Yeah.
I'm typing.
Yeah. So just from the standpoint of like he's Mr. Consistent, right? No complaints. Does his job. Does what he needs to do. And the ball was thrown at him. He should have caught the one in the end zone, but like I shared that with Jalen on where that ball should have been thrown. So that's my bro on a bird. My bro on a donkey is Jalen Carter. And like my fantasy football team name is Baby Rhino Fan Club. Like I love Jalen Carter, but I can't defend you right now. Like you're year 2, you need to make a play. You need to make a play. And all I see is Baldy post on Instagram how much he loves this fucking guy. All this, he moves everybody. I don't see you on the stat sheet, Jalen. Show up on the stat sheet. And what Jeff McClain said earlier that he, had some issues or whatever, didn't show up to something. He can get zero bad publicity with everything he's got going on in life. He needs to be dialed in and making plays. So you're a donkey. Get your shit together, Jalen. Carter, not Hurts. Hurts too, but more Carter.
Sizzle.
All right. Like you said from the top of the show, Mike, my bro are the fans of Philly because we were there. We were loud. Third downs up.
Bro, we got a defense chant. I don't think I've ever heard a defense chant in the stadium.
A couple times in that stadium. Defense. The fans showed up as we always do. We were lathered up, ready to go.
Yeah, like I want to clarify that.
Go ahead.
We get loud on third down, but I never specifically heard us chant defense. Like, oh, defense. Like that's a Flyers chant.
Yeah.
Like that shit, and it was loud. Like it was thunderously loud in there with that.
Yeah. So that's my bro, the fans, because we always show up and show out. The donkey, the bro of the donkey, or whatever we call this thing. I'm gonna go with the Eagles analytics.
Donkey on broad.
Donkey on broad. The Eagles analytics department, because they were the ones that told Nick Sirianni not to kick the field goal in the first quarter, and that made a whole difference in the whole game. I hate analytics. Sometimes you got to use the eyes. The eye test says it all, and I know analytics is a part of our lives these days, but I'm done with it.
All right, I'm gonna do mine real quick. My bro on a bird, Quinyon Mitchell. I think that motherfucker balled. They didn't even throw the ball to him in them last seconds. They went all on Slay's side of the field, and he broke up a couple plays in the beginning of the game. I think this kid, like we legit hit on this kid. So that's my bro on a bird. My D on a donkey is Vic Fangio's 1 minute defense. Like, come on, man. I'm actually kind of leaning more towards Slay on this for this whole thing. You let Kirk Cousins drive down the field in a minute. A minute.
They were wide open, man.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Bro, a donkey.
Yeah, not happy about that. But yeah, that's all. I think we're just going to put a bow on this and not talk about this at all. Let's move on real quick. We'll talk about, I want to talk about the NFL real quick. It was a weird week. We had a lot of big teams lose this week. The Ravens lost. Miami lost. Well, Miami lost, and I'm going to hold off on that. So Dallas lost. Ravens lost. Dallas lost. Detroit lost. San Francisco lost. The Chiefs almost lost. Like, it was a lot of big teams lost this week, and a lot of bad teams won this week. I mean, shit. New Orleans looked like a Super Bowl contender with how bad they beat down Dallas this week, which is going to lead into our, next chat where, I'm pretty sure Derek Carr might be a first-round Hall of Fame ballot after he plays us this week.
No.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was a weird week. It was a really weird week. Like, going into Monday night, I was super fucking pumped for us because all these teams lost. Like, these teams I don't like lost. And I was like, we can come out with a win. Even though I do think that I did think that Atlanta was better than we thought they were. In the beginning of the year, I think you and Nices both said that we thought Atlanta was going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they are. I mean, or either that, or we just instilled in them that they can be, and they're going to go from here. Like, maybe we were the spark that makes Atlanta good.
I think they're going to get better. I mean, look at who's on their team. Like, they're definitely going to get better as they gel.
Anybody want to say anything about the NFL this week?
I do. Who's the fakest 2-0 team?
Oh,
I'll
that's
throw
a
it
good
out.
question.
I'll throw it out to the panel.
Well, let's see. Who do we have? Let's do it this way. Who do we have at 2-0?
Houston?
We got Seattle. I got it up. I got Seattle 2-0. New Orleans 2-0. I got Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2-0. And Minnesota Vikings 2-0.
Chargers.
Chargers 2-0?
Chargers 2-0.
Steelers.
Kansas City 2-0. And the Steelers that has no Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers
Houston.
2-0.
Houston,
The Steelers won the first week, and then did they win last week?
and they won last week. Yes, they won last week too. Who do you think's the fakest?
I'll let you guys go.
Seahawks.
2-0 team. You go Seahawks?
I'm going Seahawks. Tough one, but yeah, I go Seahawks, man. I don't really believe in them, my God. I'd say Steelers, but the Steelers are probably going to make the playoffs because they never not make the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah, they're good. Who you got, Mike?
I'm going to go the Steelers. I just don't think they're a good team. Like, last year they were bad. This year, I don't know. I don't see it. Even with two new, like, they're so bad that they have Russell Wilson sitting on the sideline. I can't go to Steelers. I don't think they're real.
Yo, real quick, can I ask a question?
Well,
how is it do you
ahead.
think that Mike Tomlin drags any fucking group of dudes to the playoffs every single year ever?
How does he still the head coach?
Well,
How long
he goes
has
to
that
the
dude been
playoffs
head coach?
every fucking year.
They've never been under 500, I think, under him.
No, never. They playoffs like every year.
Yeah, but shit, we fire coaches when we're not under 500.
Well,
Like, I just I can't buy them. I mean, they won against Atlanta. I mean, this is going to sound bad for against us, but they beat Atlanta, and they beat Atlanta without even scoring an offensive touchdown. Didn't they only score defensive touchdowns when they played Atlanta? Yeah, I mean, we didn't get a turnover.
Ooh. Yeah,
So
we're not
maybe
looking good.
Maybe I just proved myself wrong on them being a fake 2-0 team. So What am I looking at? We got 2 people. Why can't I see who's in the chat? I see we have 2 people in the chat. I believe we're gonna go in the next section. I'm almost positive that these 2 people. Oh, we're down to 1. Somebody left. We're down to 1, but those people were at the tailgate. I think we're gonna talk about the tailgate next. So if you were at the tailgate, just type in there your name or just type something in the chat so we can see who you are. And I believe there's even a button that lets you click like request to go live with us. And depending on if Sizzle likes you, we'll let you in or not.
That's right. Hey, Chris, who do you got? Who do you got as a fake 2-0 squad?
I'm gonna go with from a fake side. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I don't believe in Sam Darnold. I feel like Justin Jefferson he's already getting injured. As soon as he goes down, that ship tanks, and then the Lions are gonna win that division. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
He took the words right out of my mouth, ladies and gentlemen, because Sam Darnold is throwing dimes out there, and I didn't see that coming at all.
And it's not gonna last.
Yeah, I'm with him. What you got for us, Mike?
I'm still sticking with the Steelers. I don't believe in it.
Okay.
I don't believe in it. All right. So next thing we're talking about. Let's talk about our pre-game activities this week.
Ooh,
it was a big one. We were at C6, normal home spot. It's our family. We knew it was going to be a big one.
For those that don't know where C6 is, it is located at the Wells Fargo lot. As soon as you get off of 95, you look directly to your right, black fence. You'll see the post that says C6. That's where you can find us.
Right on the Broad
Each
Street
and every
fence.
home game.
Yep. Knew it was going to be a big one. You know, the people that were in the know that are on as if you weren't a part of the, what was the quote? If you weren't a part of the group chat or the setup call, whatever the conference call, if you weren't a part of the conference call, get the fuck out. But those that were a part of the conference call did know that Jason Kelsey was coming. We knew he was coming for a couple weeks now. He came around 2:30, hung out for about an hour.
About an hour
and a half. Yeah, about an hour and a half.
It was wild.
I'm going to say this. As far as my C6 brothers went, I think we crushed it and we did awesome. As far as the rest of humanity goes, I think y'all are assholes. Let the man breathe. He is a famous person. I get that. But all he did was play football. I appreciate the guy. But to almost run him over and suffocate him, people know how to act.
Yeah, they closed in on him. It was crazy.
They sure did. It was what time? It was 1:42. The lot had opened at 1:30. So we're 12 minutes in, and all I hear is people saying "Oh, I saw you on the news. When where's the alligator?" I said, "Oh shit," and I realized that this is going to be an absolute shit show. There's just an endless amount of people coming in, man. It was crazy.
I mean, all in all, it went well. Like I said, Jason came, he hung out, he threw beers off a car. I'm going to say that might be one of the.
Him throwing beers off the car is next level, cool as shit that I've been part of. And I feel bad for the cars that got dented.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I say out of all the things we've done at C6, that might have been the stupidest decision that we were we should do this.
Nah. What about the dude that we talked to jump through the TV? That was kind of cool.
Well, he was only risking his own self.
That is still me. I forget my man's name. I talked to him Brendan, right? I think it's Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan, and I believe he works for one of the radio stations.
97.5.
Yeah, he's Show's cousin.
Yeah,
good kid, very good kid. But,
that kid's awesome, man.
But I mean, all right, I'm pretty sure if Jason would have put a beer through a window, he seems like a good enough dude to where he would have taken care of it. For it. But then, what if one of the other people that were up there with him throwing beers would have put a?
They would have said, Jason will take care of it.
I got a sick video of Dan calling. I got it on my camera. He's pointing out, and then Jason looks over, throws a beer at me, and this fucking dude riding on this chick's back.
Oh, I saw that,
dude. If you watch the video again, I have a clear video of it. I don't know who he is. I hope he's not part of C6 because he's piggybacking.
I don't think so.
Hold on, he's piggybacking on top of his girl. She's holding him like a toddler. That's such a violation.
To get a beer? to grab a beer?
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna
that,
you guys talk. I'm gonna see if I can find that. You guys talk.
if you could find that
Wow.
is such a violation that this did, dude. You like not this like I'm not what I'm like blown away that this guy. I'm like I'm like, oh my god, I didn't grab the beer. Then I look over, I'm like, yo, hold on, is he riding on this chick's back like this? Like, I got completely taken out of the moment. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
this is
Yeah.
crazy. Like, nah,
Yeah,
man.
it was a
He's got
crazy
a strong
day.
girl. He's got a strong girl. I mean.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, she squats, right? Yeah, good for her.
It was a
She
crazy
wasn't-
day. We went out there live. I had the microphone out there. I was a little nervous at first. I got cornered by a lady who was asking, well, why is it called Bros on Birds? And I couldn't answer the question at the
Yeah,
time
you're like,
until about
it's
20
bro-
minutes later.
You're like, it's bros
I
on bra.
thought
What are you
about
talking
it.
about?
You're like bros on broad.
Yeah,
Broads on bros.
yeah. I was all
That's
over
why
the
she was
place.
offended. You called it broads on bros.
I know. I was all over the place, but we had a great time, man, and everybody showed a lot of love, and it's a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun, and we're gonna do more live interviews from tailgates, and once we get everything situated, and look out for us, Bros on Birds.
And that's my
You got it right. Look at that.
Yeah, you like that? You like that? Because I have it right here on a big piece of paper right here.
and my last call out for your tailgate though, like the C6 tailgate, like Sizzle, Mike, you guys been part of that for such a long time, and
Yeah.
like for having Jason Kelsey show up and all the things that I've seen change over the years going on with that tailgate, the community has not left the core of that tailgate. And it was really cool to see when the hysteria walked away and like it got back to that core C6 tailgate. And like, it is such a fun environment, and it is so
It really
well
is.
It's so well put together because it is such a community of just everyone who just loves the Birds, and they come together every Sunday. So it was great to see. So I biggest props to everyone involved on that side. They really hold it down, and I think Jason even felt that, like walking around, he understood like what this community was about. So you guys showed up, man. Excellent job, C6 team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find that video. I knew I had seen it, but I just can't find it. But yeah, you can clearly see there's a guy on his girlfriend's or wife
I don't know what
on her shoulders.
And unfortunately, we're not going to be back for a few weeks because
we're talking 5 weeks, right?
I think they're talking about. I think they were expecting the Phillies to go to the playoffs. They didn't want a lot of congestion down there. Which, if the Phillies do what they're supposed to do,
They
it should
better.
be crowded down there.
Yo, speaking of Phillies, their standing room tickets were more expensive than the Eagles game. That's wild to me.
Yeah,
Like that's
it ain't easy.
Philly-
It's playoffs already. It's already the playoffs.
Yeah.
Basically.
All right, let's wrap this up and get into this week coming up, which I'm a little fucking nervous about, honestly. Oh, well, there's one thing I do want to mention. I'll talk about the tailgate. I heard on the radio this morning, E-Rock from the E-Rock tweeted out. Was he at the tailgate yesterday?
I think he was. Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he said thank you for coming through to enjoy. Always a home for you at C6. Oh, so I guess he shouted us out, and then we followed up. So anyway, Jason Kelsey's been getting torn apart on the radio for his actions yesterday.
at the tailgate.
Yeah, well, in general, it started with him in the fucking green jumpsuit, and everybody shitting all over him for that and saying like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like ESPN, why are you allowing that? Oh, C West is in the house. Way to go, bro. I just saw that.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, he was getting torn apart for wearing the green jumpsuit, and then I guess they were shitting on him for. I mean, we didn't hear it because we were at the game, but you guys, Jamal and Chris, you guys listened to it live. They said, I guess him in the third quarter, he got a little out of hand when they had him on the call.
It wasn't bad. I mean, he was just being Jason Kelsey. I don't know. I didn't see anything. Like you talk about, they had him on for the third quarter, and they kind of brought him into the beginning of the fourth quarter. It was nothing out of hand.
You know what I do? I don't read the comments, man. You got to be you. People love them. People are going to love you. People are going to hate you. I dread for people to look at my YouTube after that comes out tomorrow. Tune in, by the way, and comment all you want about First time behind the microphone, at a C6 tailgate. But so what? I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying. I'm passionate about what I do, and don't read the comments, bro. Don't read them.
They call him Sizzle for a reason.
Right? Yeah, don't read the comments. That's crazy.
But not
only
that, ESPN.
If you were there and saw all the love,
for.
That's what they know what he's getting, and he's not. Him and his brother are the ticket right now. They're the hot ticket. So.
Yo, like, he's our Gronk.
Bring back,
like, let's be real.
Robert Griffin III again.
Yeah, he's our Gronk. He's our dude that's going to go out there and just drink and be an idiot. Like, not an idiot, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, then I also heard somebody called on the radio, and they had a long discussion about, like, if it was any other of our players drinking before the game and throwing beers out to players, they'd be getting destroyed if it was Dawkins. And, like, I was trying to get ready to call in and be like, yo, I can 100% confirm that man did not have a single beer. He was drinking energy drinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone offered him shots. He was like, no, I'm good.
No.
They're different like him, like Kelsey is that guy. Like Kelsey was
his personality.
Yeah, it's him. Like he was being him. Like let him do him. Yeah, and he's not playing anymore. C West is
exactly.
He's not playing anymore. Let him do
shout
him.
Shout out to C West in the comments, just saying the same thing. He's not playing anymore. Yo, and if you haven't had this man's fucking tacos, get this man's tacos. They're fucking amazing. I don't know if you guys had them yesterday. I had them at the preseason, and I had one yesterday. Dude cooks a fucking hell of a taco.
Slamming.
Shout out to the tacos.
I love tacos.
Yeah, that spread at the tailgate is ridiculous altogether.
I was gonna say about that tailgate. That tailgate is mind blowing, and like you guys just accepted me. I'm brand new to the tailgate. Just accept
family.
me in. Oh
yeah,
my
but
god,
it
feels like
family.
It feels like
family.
Oh,
you family.
It was that was one of the most fun times I've had in a long time. I couldn't believe it. I mean, you guys made me the cool guy in my little group. I met Jason Kelsey. You know what I mean? Like, it was insane.
That's awesome.
It's a blessing. You guys out there blessing motherfuckers. That shit.
We are
awesome.
blessed. We are truly blessed. It is I said on the group chat, I remember it before all the cameras and all the everything, it was just everybody pitching in, bringing food or whatever. And to see it blow up to what it did yesterday just blows my mind. But that's what happens when you do good things and you're around good people, and it's built on love, not ego. And then you look at what happened yesterday. So we got our flowers yesterday. Six got their flowers yesterday.
Exactly. And Sizzle's been there longer than me. Like, I think me and Sean came the same year. But like, to go back to that picture from that first year when me and Sean and my pops came through for the first time, like, there's like 10 of us in that picture, 15 of us in that picture, and we're standing on the friggin' like barrier against the fence. And it's nuts to think about what it is now. The picture from yesterday's got to be crazy. And I almost missed it. I literally dived into the front of it to get in the picture. I know I saw somebody's, like, there's a bunch of people looking for where the hell that picture is. I can't find that kid. And I don't know if you've seen this. I think I gave you a sticker, but if you watch this and you see it, everybody from the C6 group is looking for you, Instagram guy. I can't remember what your name was because I know you got the pictures. But if you do hear this, it's at C6 Tailgate on Instagram. At Broad and Wolf is also a part of that. Even message us at Bros on Birds Pod. Yeah, so we're looking for you. Again, thank you everybody that showed up to the tailgate, everybody that helped out, everybody that supported the raffles. I mean, we pulled in some money. Like, it went to do 100% with charity. We pulled over $1,000. Like,
wow,
awesome.
Way
to show up, everyone.
Yeah, that's the first time we ever did a raffle, and it went out without a hitch.
And it all went
the
to
wives
Kelsey.
that helped out. Thank you all.
It all went to Kelsey's charity. I believe I don't want to fuck this up, but it was called Be Philly, I believe is the charity.
I think
Jason
it is
Kelsey's
called
charity
that,
for the city. And yeah, great job to everybody. The fastest setup I've ever seen us do, and the fastest teardown we've ever done.
Yeah.
Yo, those Temple kids were coming hard for the tailgate at the end.
Yo, all right. Like, I wasn't going to mention this, but I think we need to. And I don't know where our audience is, but there was already a comment in our group chat that said if those Temple kids are there again next week, there's going to be a very strong conversation with them, because they were given like 32 trash bags from us to say, yo, just make sure you put all your shit in. What's the name? That lot was fucking destroyed in our section when we came back, and it looks bad on us.
It looks so bad. Like, I won't say who, but someone had jumped up on a tailgate and was shouting on these kids, throwing them trash bags. It was fucking phenomenal. Clean your shit up before you leave. And
What was it? Somebody that I've known for a really long time.
Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
I thought, yeah. Because he's the one who made the comment. He was like, dude, he's like, I gave them a ton of trash bags, and like I'm gonna have to go have like if they're back, like it. But the same shit happened. Yeah, I'm talking like an idiot. The same shit happened with the Dallas game last year. They destroyed that fucking. Remember, we had that Dallas game. They destroyed the fucking lot. We said the same thing. Dude, just clean the fuck up. Like it's like just put it in. Here's bags. You don't even need to bring it. We gave it to you. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's
they're
enough
never
talk
going
about
to
that
clean
shit.
up either. They're never going to clean up.
They're kids. They're kids. We just got to keep stealing money from them to use our bathroom. All right, next week. We're not going to take long on this because honestly, this is going to be scary. We're playing New Orleans in New Orleans. 4:00 or 1:00 game.
1:00.
I think it's 1:00.
Yeah.
Something we haven't had in forever, it seems
1
like.
1 o'clock.
I'm happy for the 1
1
o'clock game this week. I needed a break.
I'll put it out there now. I'm going to make this announcement to the World Wide Web. We're going to do an Eagles watch party at Wim's Brewing in Berlin, New Jersey, or Acco, New Jersey. If anybody wants to come through, it's a brewery in New Jersey. I know Reese's knows them too. A friend of ours has a brewery there. Somebody we know is also a bartender there. He's bartending that day. We're going to watch the Birds game. He's trying to set it up for a bunch of people to come out and watch the game. So putting it out there, Wim's Brewery, 1:00 Sunday, Acco, New Jersey.
This Sunday?
I like it. Our first sponsor. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Actually, I might even put that out in the group chat for C6. See if we can get a bunch of people to come out.
I'll shout them out every day.
Yeah, I'm also working on somebody I know that owns a pizzeria in Fishtown to hook up C6 with some pizzas and strombolis. You know,
It's delicious pizza.
it is. And we had another podcast a long time ago that Jamal and I were a part of. Hey, you live in Fishtown? You need to go over to Vince's Pizzeria right next to the Fillmore. Really good friend of mine. I worked with him for years. His name's Patrick. He goes by Pizza Patrick now. He's not Italian. He's from Boston. But his wife is, and his wife's family is Vince's, bloodline. Pizza's fucking amazing. I've been talking. We were going back and forth messages today. I've been screwing him, trying to get him to give me some fucking pizzas and strombolis. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat.
We got a Yelp
Let me
review
read what
here.
they wrote.
We got a Yelp review here.
Oh, wow. No, but it's Philly, though. Like, the horrible experience is just part of it. Like, I don't know if that person's from Philly, but if not, like, you should be thankful. Because if you got treated right, it wouldn't have been. Like, you need a little spice on it.
The person in the chat, you met him yesterday. You know exactly who he is. Yeah. I'm sure you definitely had a conversation with him.
Okay.
My original Vince's Pizza, people died at. It was in West. I grew up in West Philly. That Vince's Pizza was legit. People died in that motherfucker. It's
that's
gone
probably
now,
some good pizza, man.
Oh, it was some great pizza. Favorite pizza.
But anyway, shit, I don't even know where I was going with this. But yeah, we're gonna go to the brewery.
OG pizza is banging. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Week three. How do we feel, boys? How do we feel about it? I'm scared to death.
Horrible after this week. I think Derek Carr is going to be after this week. He's going to be in the running for MVP after this coming week.
Don't say that.
I'm about to do something that I never really do. I think we lose. I think the fact that we don't have AJ is going to make us not be able to score 30 points. And if we don't score 30 points with the defense we got, I see that they are going to score 30 because their offense is hitting on all cylinders. And if we don't get pressure on the defensive line, you can forget about it. So I'm not looking good. It's not looking good. I'm sorry. It's not looking good.
Sorry, I just got to say one thing, and I just threw it on the... Oh, that's the greatest comment I've ever seen.
Uh-oh.
We are good. Jalen needs to learn how to read a defense. Going to be tough because he couldn't do it in Bama or OU. Preach.
It's an indictment.
Oh,
Nope.
You're killing our co-host. Whoever made that comment.
Yeah, yep. I love it.
Shout him out. Who was
Way
it?
to go, Charles. I love you. I agree.
All right.
Percent.
Shout out to you, Charles. Keep them coming.
Dumb as a box of rocks, that dude. Not Charles. Jalen.
You guys stop. Come on, man.
No,
Yo,
man.
you know what?
Give Jalen some grace.
Jalen's got to play a good game, and then maybe Mike will stop. You know what I mean? Like, this is up to Jalen to stop this.
Yeah, only Jalen can stop me. It's like fucking Smokey the Bear said. Only Jalen can stop Forest Fires.
It's simple. Just have a good game as a quarterback. Like, be almost elite.
Almost elite. Like, oh God, this is like you guys are, like when you're already down and you just start kicking them, man, and you keep kicking them. Like this is how I'm feeling right now. I'm trying to pick myself up and rise from the ashes of this.
Stay strong, Chris. Stay strong, bro.
I am staying strong.
It's gonna be a tough year for you.
This is going to be a tough year for me. This is a tough game. You got Alvin Kamara, who's red hot right now. Derek Carr is looking like MVP status. So you've got the wrong recipe for a game that we're about to go into. Like, this is not a good recipe for success here.
Like, yes, exactly. Kamara, he was suspended 4 games last year. Is that what he started off with? I know he missed the beginning, then he got hurt again, right?
Yeah, he was in and
then
out
he got
last year.
Yeah, and then he got hurt at the end of the year. Like, this dude's out to prove something. And after last week, he's gonna be feeling it. And then that dude watched the tape this week of our game, and he was like, "Yo, that line is soft. I'm gonna destroy it."
He's salivating.
And there's a big thing about that, right? The tilt of the game, like they are foaming at the mouth, like can't wait to get to us right now because of how shit we look right now. Like, think about
I think
that.
it's their home opener. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this might be their home opener.
Oh God,
Hold on, I'll pull it up. It might be.
Yeah, they were at Cowboys. No, they played the Panthers. Was that week? Yeah, they
played Panthers last week
at home. They played Panthers at home, and then they were at the
My
Cowboys.
mistake.
Right, we got that. I don't need any more going against us.
But it's a tough place to play, no matter what. They're juiced up.
We've struggled there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't pull myself to say that we win this game. As much as I want to pull myself out of here.
Now, I will say this before you go real quick, Mike.
No.
Usually in this case, we win these games because we're not expected to win it.
Because we're so down on them. And usually
we're so down, and usually it flips around. So remember I said that, listen in public.
But I expect us to win this game. Like, I expected us to win this game.
What's wrong with you?
This last game has proved otherwise.
Yeah.
Adjustments will be made, and Saquon will get more touches. I agree. They need to start. They really need to start pushing Saquon more and more and more. He's proven he can do it, and I think I'm guessing that's Charles that posted that because we're not getting names for some reason. Yeah, this is still Charles. We said earlier, it just seemed like in this game that just passed, every time Saquon touched the ball, it looked like he got. I just was like 9 yards again, 9 yards again.
Okay, so the key of the game is run the rock, use all 3 running backs, and keep that high-powered offense off the field then.
But here's the issue.
We got to win the time of possession and no turnovers.
I totally agree with you, but I think the issue is going to be this. It's the same thing they did this week. They're going to key on the run because AJ's not there, and they're going to say you have to throw the ball. They're going to make us throw the ball just like they did it. I mean, and that's what Nick said in the fucking press conference afterwards. They pressured the line. They were looking for the run. I think a lot of that, though, this week was them baiting them to run the ball, like to baiting them into thinking they were trying to stop the run, but they really weren't. Mm-hmm. But and that's what they're going to do this week. Same thing. You're going to go look and shut Saquon down and make him throw the fucking ball. I truly believe no offense or no defensive coordinator thinks Jalen can throw the ball or can read the offense. The same thing we're saying he can't do, they see it too.
Yeah, there's no way.
And it was very evident. It was very evident that in the first playoff game, it was very evident in the first playoff game that he ever had against Tampa Bay.
You, man. I love you. You crack me up, bro.
Let's not forget the first playoff game against Tampa Bay. The fucking defensive players were on the field yelling out loud, "He can't read a defense."
Yeah.
Kellen. So comment. This is a great comment, man. Yo, Charles, we're here every Tuesday at 8:00. I expect you back every week now. Kellen,
tell a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a friend. We'll chop it up.
Kellen is good with backs. I have faith in Kellen Moore. I agree with that. He followed it up with not Jalen.
Man,
But
no.
I agree.
No. I'm not willing to give that up yet.
Is anybody willing to put a score out for
Fucking 42-3.
Jesus.
No, that ain't real. I think it's going to be. I think it'll be competitive. I do think it's going to be a little bit competitive. As much as I think, like I said earlier, we the defense truly only gave up 15 points up until real far later into the game. I think it'll still be close. I just don't think we're going to pull it out. For 24-14.
24-14? I'll go 30-24 Saints, and forgive me because I never pick against my babies, but I can't do it.
I mean,
Not this week.
we'll check in a second, but go ahead, Jamal, Chris, what do you got?
Yeah, so I'm going 24-27 Eagles. I said all that shit, but like I said in the very beginning of the show, I'm not even nervous.
Okay.
I believe that Jalen can play above what his a little bit than above average self actually can do, and I think he might show it next week because they look bad. Like they didn't look horrible, but they look bad. And this early, I think they can fix the shit. And we're going to come out and we're going to shock the Saints. Kamara's going to run all over us, and no doubt. But if we keep them in the 24 points, we can still get that victory. And that's what I'm looking at, 24-27 Eagles.
I'll take that all day.
That's what I needed right there. I needed someone to. I felt like there was a pile on over here because I still believe in Jalen, right? I still believe in it. There's a lot of things that make me feel right. And I think if I remember right in the beginning of the year, I had called this a win. So I'm sticking with my original call out. Is this a win? Now you said score?
Yeah, give me a score.
I'm sticking with my they don't let up over 30, right? So that means we have to score over 30 because I don't we have to score over 30 to win. So I'm going to go 35-27 is going to be my final there. 35-27 is going to be my final.
I got you.
High-powered game.
I know we didn't do this last week, but Jamal, I know you got the picks. Where are we at? I think I know already where we're at. I picked them to lose week 1, and I picked them to win week 2. Joe had the same, but we got that reversed. Sizzle and Reese and y'all had 2-0, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 1-1.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So I mean, as far as records go, yeah, I got my records. Me and Joe are 0-2, but we just we got the record right, but we got the games wrong. Did we all pick a win this week? Coming up?
Ooh,
I picked a loss.
We all picked a win this week. I got written down.
Originally.
Originally.
Yeah, we did. We all picked a win. Yeah, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
We're winning, baby.
It's gonna suck.
We're winning.
All right. We'll see what happens. What else? I'm trying to read the chat real quick. Is there anything in here? Yeah, it's week 2. We've been ran all over the last 3 years. No Jalen, but it's early. I'm calling Jalen Rex Grossman or Trent Dilfer.
Wow.
It's going to take a team to get us to the promised land. I agree. I think our weapons are going to bail him out all year long. That's the way we got to win. We need AJ and we need Saquon and I mean even Smith to help him. Like that's and Kellen hopefully can do the work. Kellen's going to need to do the work to make Jalen look good. That dude did work with Dak Prescott, but I mean, I'm not saying it yet. I'm going to just bite my tongue right now. He did work with Dak Prescott.
Just one more thing to say about the Eagles and why everyone should maybe calm down. Like, we can't forget 2 brand new coordinators. Like, come on, man. Like, we
do not care.
You just got to give it a second. It's week 3. It's like the preseason. I think we could give them this. Like, they're going to game 24-27. That's the last thing I got to say.
Oh, no, I got one more for around the league real quick. In the beginning of the season, I put what's the prop bet for Guardian caps, right? Guardian helmets in the.
You said over under. You said over under 5, right?
Was it 5 or 4?
Whatever the number is, we're already at 6 for the season. By the way,
no, we're not. we do not have 6 different players wearing a Guardian cap.
Yes, we have. We've had
Wow.
a Browns linebacker. We've had a Titans tight end, Steelers guard, Patriots safety, Colts tight end, and a Colts safety. We are up to 6 already.
Who wrote down what we picked? So I think I lost already.
Everyone lost.
Yeah,
on this one.
I definitely lost.
Yeah, I think I
We all
picked the
picked
under on that shit.
right?
Yeah, I said it was going to be over. We're already up to 6 Guardian caps in the NFL.
Jeez.
Oh, was on the first thing.
Oh,
We're at
right.
7. We're at 7. Charles. That's
we're
right.
at 7. Jesus Christ.
I knew it. It's going to take off. It's going to take off.
I did see a quote from, I don't remember who it was, but it was one of the players wearing the Guardian cap. I think it was the kid from Tennessee said, people didn't like seatbelts in the beginning either. I mean, all right.
That's a good quote, by the way. Like,
That's a good quote.
That's
No, it's a good quote. No, it's a good quote.
Oh, here we go.
I don't want to butcher it. I got to find it. But the best quote was, oh, fuck, man. Now I'm going to fuck it up. I fucked up. What did Dallas Goedert say before the...
Oh, you know why they make sidewalks?
Because not everybody's made for the streets. That's a great quote. That's a T-shirt. I'm fucking...
Yo, tell Dan they brought in Wolf that one. That's
and Broad Wolf needs to make that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. With that, we are shutting this week down. It was a long one, boys. Again, Instagram, Bros on Birds Pod, TikTok, Bros on Birds Podcast. For some reason, that one's different. X Bros on Birds Pod, Gmail, brosonbirds@gmail.com. Follow C6 Tailgate on Instagram. Follow Broad and Wolf on Instagram. Come see us at C6 for home games. And everybody come out to WIMS, WHIMS Brewing on this Sunday, Acco, New Jersey. Bros on Birds will be live. We did some, Charles, I don't think we got you, but we did do some shit live yesterday. It went up. Sizzle didn't know the name of the show, though. So it looked a little weird. But we will be going full-blown live podcast from every home game. Yesterday was just a little too fucking crazy.
Yeah, man.
But we will be doing a full-blown live, like 1 hour long show from every tailgate from now on. With that, I say, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Love y'all.
All right.
Oh,
Damn, that was long.
You're still alive, brother.
Oh, it's still stopping.
Yeah, we
Why
still
is it
here,
taking forever
bro.
to stop?